Hi, Internet. Like a lot of kids, when I was little, I really loved to swim. Splashing around and spending hours at my grandparents' beach at their lake cabin, but that was after. My parents love telling the story about my initial love-hate relationship with the pool. It goes a little something like this. I was about 3 years old, and every morning we would wake up and go to my swimming lessons. Every time, I was convinced I really wanted to get in the water. Each and every day, without fail, I would refuse to get into the water. So you're probably wondering, if you don't actually swim, do you still have to pay for the swim lessons? Yeah, you do. Sorry, Mom and Dad. I, of course, don't remember any of this, but what I do remember is the abject terror I felt a few years later when it was time to conquer the high dive. From the ground, I look up and I think, that's not that high. And then as I slowly begin climbing the steps of the high dive, that confident voice in the back of my head, it gets quieter and quieter. When I get to the top of the high dive, I creep 1 foot in front of the other to the end, and I look over the edge and I see the tiny little speck that is my dad in the water below, and I think, nope, I can't jump from here. What was I thinking? My dad, of course, down below is treading water and just assuring me it's gonna be fine. You should just jump, Sarah, you'll be fine. Well, I might as well have been on the top of a skyscraper. In my head, I keep thinking, there's something seriously wrong with my dad if he thinks I can jump from this height and live to tell the story. At this point, I can hear the kids behind me, and they just want me to jump so that they can have their turn. And eventually, the lifeguard steps in and says, no, you have to jump now. So putting all of my faith in my father, who I was convinced at this point was completely nuts, I stepped off the board. My dad, it turns out, was not nuts, and despite how terrifying it was actually kind of fun. The exhilaration I felt after having faced a fear and taken the leap and all of those other cliches, it's not something you easily forget. So here I am, many years later, jumping off another proverbial high dive. I'm taking a leap, facing a fear. Because for me, starting a YouTube channel is kind of like jumping off the proverbial high dive. It doesn't look that scary from the ground, but at the end of the board, looking down, it's terrifying. But here I am, taking the leap into the unknown. My name's Sarah, and I'm a developmental enthusiast. So what does that mean? Basically, I get really excited about the things that are growing and changing around us. So, most things. My background is in child development, so a lot of my interest is in around how kids think and learn and change and grow, but I get really excited about a lot of other things too. I love hearing people share their stories and ideas. I love reading books and watching movies and nerding out about all of my favorite sci-fi things. And I really like thinking and talking about the complexities of the world around us. I'm basically unabashedly enthusiastic about a lot of stuff. So what can you expect from this channel? Well, you can expect to hear about a lot of different things on this channel. Topics in child development, social justice issues, the process of research and evaluation, and of course some obligatory nerding out about Harry Potter or Jane Austen. I may have some special guests from time to time who come and share about their areas of enthusiasm, or I may do some deeper dives on some specific topics. See what I did there? But I also want to hear from you. What areas in child psychology or brain development or family systems are you really eager to know about? Tell me in comments down below. And I hope you'll consider subscribing somewhere here. I mean, if nothing else, you can watch me do a total belly flop off the YouTube high dive. Perks? Thanks for watching. Well, here goes nothing.